Hello everyone and welcome to the Queen Chat. It's your Thursday Althea Tricks. And today we're talking about relationships. Let's get started. So let's start at the beginning, because there's several things that I want to talk about. I wanted to talk about how doing drag has affected my relationships. One of the ways that it's affected my relationships professionally is that I've certainly become more acquainted with the other artists in the community, in the Austin, Texas community, and I feel that there are so many artists that this is really going to help me out in becoming a more diverse artist myself. I can't wait to do more collaborations. So that's one way that doing drag has helped or been very positive in terms of relationships professionally. Another way that I feel I've had a positive relationship is within my romance. I know that our Tuesday Victoria Vogue had a lot to say about this, and I'm on the same page with you, Victoria, but I feel that I am in a different boat altogether. I was actually, am in a relationship with my boyfriend, love you, and we've been together for roughly 2 years now, so I was always entertaining. It was entertaining before I met him, except I was entertaining as a boy. And my evolution into doing drag, he's seen that evolution and he's supported me throughout that entire evolution. So I'm really, really fortunate and blessed to have him and to support that evolution. Whereas it used to be just me doing the artistic portion of it, now that he is part of my life and we have created this character, he has also been more involved in helping me out and developing that as well. So I feel that drag has strengthened our relationship, and I'm glad that we can both do this together. I feel that that's important in relationships, to be able to do something that you both love together. And so I've had a positive outcome with my romances. In terms of relationship with my family members, I have a lot to say on this as well, but I was really concerned mostly with my mom. I love my mom, and I feel that I have the strongest connection with my mom out of my parents. When I started doing drag, I didn't know how they were going to feel, because when I first came out, we really had a major clash. And so to be able, or to tell them that I was doing drag, I felt like would have been another clash, or they might have had we would have butted heads about what I was doing again, and it wasn't as big of a deal because they had already seen me perform, and so me performing in drag was just another element to my performances, and they were really fascinated that I could just let my ideas come forth, and they are fully supportive. In fact, when I showed my mom the first video of my very first performance, she really applauded me. And then when I showed her my wigs, she actually tried them on. She tried some of my costumes on, and so I knew that she really was fascinated with what I did, and she really loved what I was doing, because it made me happy, and I was doing what I loved. But yeah, so far I've talked about it professionally, I've talked about romances, and I've talked about family members and how it's been very positive and it's strengthened what I had. One of the things that I believe is really important about my doing drag is that my friendships have expanded exponentially. I used to be a big loner. In fact, I used to live by myself, and now I would never do anything with anyone. I would never go out to eat. I would really stay home and play video games. But now that I'm doing drag, I've met so many amazing people, and we've become really close. I say friends, but they're really my drag family. And one of my dearest friends is joining me for this video, because I feel like this is probably the strongest friendship that I've made, and the journey that we've come across since we've developed this friendship is just amazing. He's going to be leaving us, Austin, Texas, for Chicago for bigger and better things. and I felt like it would be really amazing to have him here because of how strong our friendship has been and where it's going and how we've evolved as artists. So welcome me, my dearest friend Brendan Brown. I'm sorry y'all, I cried, but Brendan, welcome. Mwah. Welcome to the Queen Chat. Say hello to everyone.
Hi,
so Brendan, this week's topic is about relationships and how they've been affected. I've talked about friendships and how I feel like this is the strongest. Do you have anything that you want to say about friendships or drag?
I would definitely say that drag has amplified my ability to like interact with people like yourself. I was also a very big homebody before I started coming out to bars and clubs and seeing people like Althea. And so I think I've definitely become more of a people person, and I think it's really just great for people in general to experience drag. Whether you're a queen or just somebody photographing or just watching, it really brings people together. And
shall we tell them where we started? How we started?
Yes, let's do, because that's a fun story.
So this is a pretty fun story. I remember before I started doing drag, I was like, you know, I was part of a drag troupe, and somebody had challenged me to do drag, so I was like, well, let's do drag. Let's go ahead and do drag. But I wanted to do or bring this different drag to Austin, and so I decided I was going to create a troupe, my own troupe. I was going to call them the Misfit Queens because
I didn't even know that.
Yes. I was going to call them the Misfit Queens, and it all started with, because I didn't know anybody, I didn't really know how to ask anybody if they wanted to join. I didn't know any drag queens from the Austin scene, so I threw out a flyer. Not a flyer, I put up a I put up an ad on
Craigslist.
Okay, so I was like, and this is like, I put on a really ugly, hideous insert picture here.
Oh, I remember that picture. That was when she first started, and it was
not the best.
It was new. It was new.
It was certainly, it was a beginner. I put up the ad that I wanted to start up a drag queen troupe, and I had gotten a bunch of responses. I'm trying to start this troupe, and he had replied. He said that he would tell him whether you replied.
Well, strangely enough, I was not looking to be a drag queen. I was just freshly out of the closet. I don't even think I was out to my family yet. And I just got on Craigslist and I was like, well, there's supposed to be all this stuff on here. So I was just looking for drag queens to photograph, because that's what I was interested in. And sure enough, Althea's was the only post about drag queens, and it just said drag queen troupe, and I was like, I'm doing it. So I messaged her, and I think within like a day or two she replied and said, well, we're really looking for members, but we could see about a photographer too. And so we emailed a couple times back and forth. And then I don't know what happened, but it just kind of
it just
fell through. The project itself, like she said, was just going to be a mess, I guess, and it really just fell through. And so we really didn't talk anymore, and that was probably
that was in April.
That was in April of last year. It was about because I had not really come out to my family yet. And then I think in October when she started drag. Well, after her and I stopped talking, I eventually found several shows downtown that I started photographing at, and I was backstage at a lot of them, and still am, or well, one. Shout out to everybody, the family, and and I was backstage, and she came back, and I saw her do a Lady Gaga number, and I remember it was so different from what I had seen. It was just creative and theater and kind of just scary and like, oh
yeah, you were
great.
He was sitting on the stairs of the bar, and I had come in, and I was like, "What's this kid doing here?" Because I didn't see him in makeup. And I was new too. And
the stairs is my spot. That's my spot. When I'm not doing anything, I'm on the stairs. And we started talking.
Yeah.
And and I go. She said something about a troupe that she had been working with that she had mentioned earlier. And I said, well, I almost did some work with them once as a photographer. And she goes, "Are you Brendan?" And I was like, "How do you know me?" And she goes, "Well, I'm Althea. We emailed." And I go, "Oh wow!" So we like to think, like the cosmos, like the universe, just kind of brought us together. We were meant to be friends, and we really have grown a lot together over the last months, and we are really good friends.
Fucking amazing photographer right here, Chicago. I hate you for having him, for taking him from us.
I'm
but
so sad. I don't want to go.
Oh, but bigger and better things. You will. Don't forget us when you're famous.
I won't. I won't.
But yeah, and we're kind of besties. I love his photography. Y'all need to go check him out. Brendan Brown Photography. Check him out. Love his stuff.
Thanks, guys. There's lots of really awesome pictures about the if you're ever, because she didn't post those pictures on her other video. Some really great pictures of her performances and her makeup styles.
And he's very artsy fartsy stuff too. Like the stuff that you don't see.
The backstage stuff.
Wait until he becomes rich and famous, and then all that stuff that's archived right now, y'all are gonna see it, and it's gonna blow your mind.
Like the
blow your mind. Blow your mind.
Blow your mind. One more time.
Blow your mind. But yes, this is my bestie, and thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you so much for choosing this topic, Stormy Rain. I hope that I didn't ramble too much. I hope you love us. Like us, look me up, Althea Tricks. Share this video, comment. If you have any topic suggestions, go ahead and let us know what you want us to talk about. So yeah, thank you very much, you all, for joining us on this Thursday with the Queen Chat. Y'all stay tuned for tomorrow with Stormy Rain on your Friday.
Bye.
Is it done? It's done.
Oh my god. Girl, you almost got me with a tear. And I was like, no.
Oh my god, trust me.
As soon as he started doing the intro, I was like, no, not before you go on. I was all shits and giggles over here, and then you still got shit